Hey guys, welcome to another Carly and Pez music theory tutorial. Today we're using the circle of fifths to build a major scale, but also I thought we'd look at the major scale and how to build it in other ways as well. So in our previous tutorial we talked about key signatures. Key signatures are a way of describing a scale at the start of a piece of music. So it describes whether we have sharps or flats and describes what notes are sharpened or flattened. In this case, we're looking at a G major scale because we have one sharp in the key signature, and we'll get to that in a minute. Traditionally, when we're constructing a major scale, we might look at building one using tones and semitones. So let's look at that first. Here on the board, we've got our G major scale with our F sharp up here, and we've got our tones and semitones described in between each of the notes in the scale. So a capital T is a tone and a ST is our semitone. And if we follow that order, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, we can build our major scale.
Okay guys, so if we have our circle of fifths handy, we can actually also build not necessarily our scale in order, but we can work out what sharps or flats are in our key signature and scale. So as you can see, we've started off here with our C major, and that is indicated because and we know that this is our C major scale because we have no sharps or flats, okay? Absolutely none. So we've just drawn an intersection from F here down to B. If we were to move this pattern around clockwise, jump cutting. If we decide to instead choose our G major scale, we can then move that segment that we had around. And you see what happens is we lose our F, but we gain an F sharp. So we can tell that the F has pretty much just been sharpened. The more times that we move around, the more sharps that we gain, and the more of those letters that we lose up here. So it all matches up and works out nice and evenly. Jump cutting, jumping, time warping. Alright guys, so let's say that we're dealing with flats instead of sharps. So let's say we want to move the other way around the circle. So moving from our C, where we would have our intersection cutting across here as before, let's say that we chunk around the other way and jump to our F. Okay, you can see that we change the intersection around this way and we gain a B flat and lose our regular B. So once again, still works out nice and even.
Now let's have a look at the G major scale so that we get an idea of how a major scale sounds.
A major scale is generally considered quite bright and happy sounding in contrast to what a minor scale would sound like. So listen out for that happy feeling.
One other thing to point out with the major scale is we have our 7th degree up here, which is our F sharp. It's only a semitone from our root note, or the 1st degree again, the G. And this is what we call the leading note. When we listen to this, you'll hear a strong sense of wanting to resolve back to the G when we play the F sharp at the end of the scale. Let's have a listen. So that was our G major scale. Did you notice the leading note between the F sharp and the G? Let's listen to that a few more times.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. Click the links to see our other video tutorials.
See ya!